What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. We are live for Pink Slips, episode 56. And if you missed the last episode, go back and watch it because it was awesome. The final game, well, it wasn't awesome because we lost in the championship. The championship game was awesome, and I kind of laid out the land here for the 2013 season. Essentially, here are the cliff notes, and I'm recording it so far ahead of time that I can't really process and take your guys' feedback in if you want to see this or not. And it's going to be, a little bit late by the time I see this feedback. But I think the biggest goal, outside of winning Super Bowls and stuff like that and building a team and having a fun time, is before Madden 21 drops. This is obviously the main franchise, main series on the channel. I want to try to get as close, if not surpass, where we are in present time. I wanted to get it to the 2020 draft and even get a season through with that. However, when you're looking at where we're at right now, we're, less than a month away from Madden 21 dropping. We're a little bit behind schedule. We're just kicking off the 2013 season. And I know what happened. I had it paced out properly, but then for like the first 3 seasons, every single playoff game was one episode. So like I had 1 week where it was just the playoffs for one season. That's, it's things like that that get you a little bit behind schedule. So when we're in a scenario like this, we have the scenario that when we went from Hawaii to Philly, we just simmed 1 full year before we made the decision on what team we're going to go to. And whenever, hopefully you win the Super Bowl with the Eagles, we'll have another year that we can sim through and catch up. But when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, when you look at upgrades, like if we played this season, tried to win, I would say more than half, if not, 75% of our victories, we would just be like improving like our secondary players, our depth chart players, because really you got right guard, right tackle, maybe wide receiver 2 on our wide receivers 3, on our offense. Those are the only guys I would even think about upgrading anyways. And then you flip to the defensive end. Like I'd look at upgrading a left end. Maybe we could technically upgrade Aldon Smith. Maybe BJ Raji. So there's 6 total players on my team that arguably I would consider upgrade. Like really, 1 in Brooks Reed and our wide receiver 2. So in terms of players I want to upgrade, there's 2 players. So when you get in a scenario like that and you're kind of falling behind schedule and we're a stacked team, we're I think the 3rd highest rated team, if not 2nd highest rated team in the game. What I'm going to do here this season just to kind of, pick up the pace, clearly, unless the sim robs us, we should be, at minimum a top 5 team. So I'm going to sim every game. We're going to sim this whole season. But I tried to think if I was a viewer watching my content and I was like, I'm on the fence about decision I see for. I don't care if you get caught up to 2020 or anything like that. I just want to see you play these games. So I felt like rather than just simming the whole year and then getting to the end and seeing what happens, it's still going to be Pink Slips. So as we go through every single game, we're going to look at the box score, give it a score. It will be half. Everything will be half, so there'll be no 5-star performances or anything crazy like that this year. But there will be upgrades to be had. And we will gain and lose players like normal Pink Slips throughout this season. But it's just a quicker way to get through this 2013 year so that we can keep on keeping on with what we're doing. And when we make the playoffs, if we make the playoffs, that'll be like your normal episode. So like this whole episode will be the regular season, and if we go on a playoff run, the next episode will be that whole playoff run. So without further ado, let's start things off. Week 1 on the road against the Rams. We'll sim the game, and then we'll pop in, look at the box score, and get a score and see if we're going to win or lose a player. So first up on the road, week 1, we have the Rams. Rams are a solid team, and we get the dub, 21-6. The scoring in this game, we won the game, which is cool. That's worth 1 star. We won by 14, which is worth half a star. We had the turnover battle, which is worth half a star, so we're sitting at 2. And then looking at our player stats, unfortunately, nothing for McNabb, nothing for Peyton Hillis, nothing for our receivers. Defensively, we had 2 picks, D'Amico Ryans and Aldon Smith, so that's worth 1 full star. So it's a 3-star. Because it's a sim, we cut it in half, 1.5, but you round up. It's a 2-star performance, a +4 upgrade for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what I expected. There's no 4 upgrade from the Rams, so we're just going to get a 1-point upgrade. Get a player that we originally drafted. So we're going to send Mike Upati an 81 star at 26 for Rodney Hudson, only using +1, but is he 2 years younger and has a better dev trait. Well, if you thought it was going to be a cupcake season and just walk through everybody, well, we got a reality check here. In week 2, losing 38-11 to the New Orleans Saints. So the Saints, they won the game and they won it by 21. So that's 2 stars. They get the turnover battle, which is worth half a star. On the offensive side, they have Quincy Carter, who's been a phenom in this save. remember when he was our backup quarterback in year 1 with the Houston Oilers, but he got 4 touchdowns. That is worth a half star. They got nothing from the receivers. However, on the defensive side, they got 2 interceptions from Toller and Leon Hall, which totals 1 full star. It's a 4-star performance, but we cut it in half, so it's a 2-star, A+4 upgrade for the New Orleans Saints. Definitely annoying loss here. They're going to send us Allen Ball, 72 normal, and Brandon Harris, 73 normal. And they're getting Josh Norman, who's a 74 superstar, and Trumaine Johnson, who's a 75 with a hidden dev trait. Week 3, we get bodied by the Falcons, 54-21. What fucking mistake did we make deciding to do this for this year? Thought we were gonna roll teams over, not lose 54-20. The Dolphins, they won the game. They won by 21, so that's 2 stars. They had the turnover battle, which is worth half a star. Looking at their team, Michael Vick got 3 touchdowns, which is worth half a star. Darren Sproles had 2 rushing touchdowns, which is worth half a star. They got nothing from the receivers, but defensively they were outstanding. 3 sacks from Clay Matthews, 2 for Kyle Williams. That's 1 full star worth of sacks. They had 2 interceptions from Morgan Burnett, 1 from Devin McCourty. That's a star and a half from interceptions. And they also had a defensive touchdown from Morgan Burnett, which is worth 1 full star. So it's a 7-star performance. Luckily, it gets cut in half to a 3.5, but it's still, you round it up, it's a 4-star performance, a +8 upgrade for the Atlanta Falcons, our worst sim loss of the entire series. That's a bad one. The best +8 upgrade is, we're getting a solid player back. Vontae Davis, 86 superstar, but I mean, if I was Atlanta, this would be the one swap I'd make. Get me Revis Island. Damn it, the sim, man. It's bending us over right now. Week 4, finally back in the win column with a divisional victory over the New York Giants, 24-13. We won the game, and it was a divisional victory, so that is 2 stars. Looking at our player performances, 3 touchdowns for Donovan McNabb is worth half a star. Over 100 yards for Peyton Hillis is worth half a star. We had 2 receiving touchdowns from Julio Jones, another half star, and unfortunately nothing on the defense, even though we did get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. But it finishes a 3.5-star performance, cut it in half, rounded up, 2 stars for the Eagles, a +4 upgrade incoming from the New York Giants. Another +4 from the Giants, we're going to send them Mark Mariani, 72 slot wide receiver with a normal dev, and we're going to get good old Doug Baldwin, 76 superstar wide receiver in our new starting slot. So we had our bye week, and on our next week, right back at it, running it back with the Giants and able to get past them, which is a huge test, man, because 2 games against the Giants, easily the toughest games within our division, but we knock them off 38-35. So we won the game. It was a divisional victory. That is +2 stars right there. Looking at our individual performances, Donovan McNabb with over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns got himself 1 full star. On the receiving end, we got 2 touchdowns for Deshaun Jackson, which is worth a half star. And on the defensive side, good old Vontae Davis. I mean, you know, people around the building not super happy that we lost to Darrelle Revis, but at least Vontae Davis making an impact. Got a little interception right there. That's worth half a star. It ends up being a 4-star performance for the Eagles. Cut that in half. It's a 2-star +4 upgrade yet again. No +4 upgrade to be had, so we're just going to use the +1. This was the runner-up to the Doug Baldwin victory that we had just a week ago. We're going to send them Brian Bulaga, who's an 83 star dev at 24 right tackle. We're going to upgrade that to Anthony Davis, who is an 83, well, actually he's an 84 superstar dev, and he's 1 year younger. Would have been, I've looked at the schedule, the one game I would have wanted to play. However, the Hawaii Warriors were home, so I don't know if the game would have got bugged and glitched, because remember, we couldn't play home games, so that would have just been a tease either way. But we played the Warriors, and they actually knocked us down 35-21. We fall to 3-3 right now in the season, and for the Warriors, they won the game, and they won it by 14, so that's 1.5 stars. Ryan Fitzpatrick, they went with him, man. They shipped off Colt Brennan to Denver. Fitzmagic's running the show. We got 3 touchdowns, so that's worth half a star. Adrian Peterson went over 100 yards. That is worth half a star. On the defensive side, I don't think they got anything. A sack and a half for Merriman. So that's no scoring. It's a 2.5 star performance for Hawaii. Cut that in half, round up. It's a 2-star and a +4 upgrade. To get out of this one, not hurt too bad. This one, I mean, McLean is their D tackle 2 right now, so that, you know, they definitely want to look to upgrade to 73, and they're able to use +4, all 4 of it, to get Tyson Alualu, 77-26 run stuffing D tackle at a cow. After falling to 3-4 with the Warriors loss, we get back to 500 here over a pretty goddamn solid Vikings team, a team we met in the first round of the playoffs last year. We knock them off 35-21, so we won the game. We won by 14. That's a star and a half. We have won the turnover battle, which is worth a half star. Looking at our player performances, Donovan McNabb over 300 passing yards, half a star. Peyton Hillis with a huge game, best game of the season, 86 yards, but those 3 rushing touchdowns give him a half star. Nothing from our receivers. I've yet to see Deshaun or Julio really take over a game so far in the sim, which is a little frustrating. We had no sacks, 1 interception for Jordan Poyer. So it ended up being a 3.5 star performance. Cut that in half, 1.5, upgraded because you round up. It's a 2-star, a +4. Pretty much almost feels like in a sim game. +4 is almost automatic at this point, but we'll take it. Going back to 4-4 on the season. With our +4, we're going to utilize all that +4. We're going to send the speedster Jacoby Ford, who's a 69, and use that +4 to get Keenan Allen, rookie out of Cal, 73, hidden dev. Before we get into this week 9 matchup, the battle of the 4 and 3s for first place in the NFC East, I might as well show you guys the draft class. I actually forgot to import it. But we're here at the 2014 draft, so that is the first round that has Jadeveon Clowney, Khalil Mack, Sammy Watkins, Mike Evans. I mean, it's maybe the best wide receiver class of all time. Anthony Barrett, Eric Ebron, but you got Odell, Aaron Donald, Ryan Shazier, Zach Martin, C.J. Mosley, Brandon Cooks. I mean, Manziel there. We're not going to draft him. D. Ford, Kelvin Benjamin. You know, he's not the best. But you get to the second round, there's still talent. DeMarcus Lawrence. You got Derek Carr, Van Noy. Who could forget Eagle legend? You got Tim Jernigan and Jordan Matthews. Devontae Adams here in the second round. Carlos Hyde. It was a solid draft class. So I'm hoping once we get the scouting up here on point, we're going to be very happy with the draft board. And it can make some nice selections come the offseason, hopefully, as your reigning, defending Super Bowl champion. We went back-to-back games here and go to first place in the NFC East with a 24-21 victory over the Washington Redskins. But it was, we won the game. It was a divisional victory, so that's 2 stars. That's it. That is all we were able to get for pink slip scoring here. Again, continue just to struggle at wide receiver, getting big-time production. We got nothing for sacks, no turnovers, so it's a 2-star, cut it in half. It's a 1-star, a +2 upgrade for the Philadelphia Eagles. However, it was only a +2. We're actually able to maximize that. We're going to send away Anthony Davis. Hopefully he didn't move in. He's an 85. We have him at 85, and we're going to use that +2 to get Dwayne Brown, who's an 87 superstar. Obviously, he's a little bit older. You know, it's for a team right now that's trying to win now. The better players, point blank cleared, are the guys that we need to try to acquire. And another pretty lame win, but a win nonetheless. 14-12 over the Houston Oilers. Get to play both of our former Pink Slips teams. Kind of cool. But we won the game. That was it. So it's 1 star. Looking at our player performance there, nothing for McNabb. Nothing running, nothing receiving. But on the defense, B.J. Raji, run stuffer, came out of nowhere with 3 sacks, which is worth half a star. It's a 1.5 star performance. Cut in half, round up. It's another lowly +2 upgrade for the Philadelphia Eagles. The upgrade, a little bit of a revolving door on the O-line and short-term move, but, you know, plus, you know, making it feel right. Just feels like the right call to make with this small +2. We're going to send Dwayne Brown, who's an 88 superstar at 28, and we're going to get Jason Peters. 90, he's 32, but he got the X factor for whatever that's worth. But bringing JP, the bodyguard, back to Philly, it's still an upgrade. We're trying to go all in this year. Makes a lot of sense, even though long-term, Dwayne Brown might have more upside. I'm going to go 7-3 on the season. Our 4th win in a row. Just embarrassing Dallas. 28-0. We won the game. It was a divisional victory. We won by 21. So that's 2.5 stars right there. We also had the turnovers, which is worth half a star. However, player stats just, you know, underwhelming again. We're not playing our best. We got a half star for Peyton Hillis going over 100 yards. Nothing on the defense. So it's a 3.5 star performance. Cut in half. Round up. It's a 2-star, your traditional, automatic 2-star, +4 upgrade. Only going to use 1 of all the 4 points we have to spend. We're going to send them Doug Baldwin, 77, superstar wide receiver. He's 24. And we're going to get DeAndre Hopkins, who is a 78, hidden dev, hopefully an X factor, but, you know, Dallas is still getting an awesome wide receiver. Doug Baldwin could very well be, you know, when all is said and done, you know, DeAndre Hopkins goes to be a 95, 96 overall. Baldwin could be a 90. So, you know, but the name value, it's a nice upgrade for us. We're happy with this move. And another one bites the dust, knocking off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 20-14 We won the game, which is worth 1 star. Looking at our player performance, it's probably the worst sim game I've seen Donovan McNabb have. 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. He got no scoring. We did go over 100 yards for Rob Gronkowski, which is worth a half star. And on the defensive side, it is Vontae Davis. Yet again, the player that technically was downgraded, that we downgraded to or lost when we had to give up Darrelle Revis. He's had 2 interceptions in as many weeks, it feels like. He's just getting a pick every other week. So that is pretty good. But it was a 2-star performance. Gonna cut that at half. It's a 1 star, a +2 upgrade for Philly. So we're going in on this +2. We're going 2 +0s and 1 +2. We're going to flip BJ Raji, 86 superstar D tackle at 27. For Marcel Darius, 86 superstar tackle, 23. We're going to flip Malcolm Smith, who's a 75 star dev linebacker at 24. And we're going to get Michael Kendricks, an Eagle. He was here, 75 star dev, and he's only 22. And then using the +2 upgrade, I think long term it might be worth investing in Alden Smith because he is 3 years younger. But he's an 83 star. But he's just, you know, actually he is a scheme fit. We'll just make this. I won't even take any points. Give me the 0. Give me the straight up 0. Thank you. And our 6th in a row, knocking off the San Antonio Marshals 28-10 on this game. We won it, and we won it by 14, so that's 1.5 stars. We also had the turnover battle, which is worth a half star. Looking at our player performances, definitely near the end of the road for McNabb. If we're getting a judge from his sim stats, he's not played like an MVP. But we did get a half star for Peyton Hillis going over 100 yards. We got a half star for Bobby Wagner, surprisingly getting 2 sacks. And we got a half star for Joe Hayden and getting an interception. Ended up being a 3.5 star performance. Cut in half, round up, a 2 star +4 upgrade for the Birds. With that +4, not even, fully using it, but, 3. We'll take 3. We're going to send Jeremy Curley, who's 71 normal, Austin Howard, who's 77 star, and Vontae Davis, who's actually been playing well, but he's technically not a scheme fit. 25-87 superstar dev. And we're going to flip that for Jarris Bird, who is 26-88 superstar dev, but a scheme fit. We're going to flip Howard for the +1 to get Taron Armstead, who's a 78 superstar. And then flipping Curly for the speedster, Travis Benjamin out of the U. One again, knocking off Dallas. I mean, Dallas kind of sucks, but, didn't they beat us the first time we played them? I can't remember. Either way, we beat them 30-20, so we won the game. It was a divisional victory, so that is 2 stars. Looking at our player stats, McNabb continues to struggle in the sim, but Peyton Hillis had a huge game. He got a half star for going over 100 yards. And on the defensive side, we got a half star for J.J. Watt getting 2 sacks. It's a 3-star performance, halved, and rounding up. It's, your run-of-the-mill 2-star +4 upgrade. Every upgrade is going to be a huge upgrade, but literally it's a 4-point upgrade to our weakest starter on the defense. We're going to send them Brooks Reed, 74 normal, and we're going to get Lamar Houston, a 78 star dev scheme fit. Our final NFC East matchup, body the Redskins, 38-24. It's a win, a divisional win, and we won by the 14 threshold. So that's a 2.5 star victory. Donovan McNabb is killing us in the sim. He's not played well at all. Peyton Hillis had 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 full star there. Our fullback had 2 touchdowns, which is worth half a star here in Toby Gerhart. We had nothing from our receivers. On the defensive side, got close, but nothing close. No cigar. So it ends up being a 4-star performance. Cut it in half. It's a 2-star. Again, another +4 upgrade for Philadelphia. Another +4 upgrade. A little bit of a revolving door at left defensive end, but we're going to send them Lamar Houston, who actually had a sack in his debut game with the Eagles. 78 star. He's 26. But again, faking in the whole win now. We're going to use that +4 to get Matthias Kiwanuka, who is 30, but he's an 82 superstar scheme fit. Look at this. Another dub, 28-14. We won the game, won by 14. That's 1.5 stars. So looking at our player performances, God damn it, Donovan McNabb's not played well. But Peyton Hillis is, and over 100 yards for him is worth half a star. Nothing for our receivers. On the defensive side, oddly enough, it's J.J. Watt getting an interception. So it's a 2.5 performance. Cut in half, round up. It's 2-star. As +4 as you can get. Use all of that +4. The revolving door continues. We're going to flip Matthias Kiwanuka, 82 superstar, for Jason Taylor, who's an 84 X Factor. More so just, get some abilities. I don't know if we're even going to use that X Factor, but still Jason freaking Taylor. And then we're going to send Terrell McLean, who is a 73D tackle, for Michael Brockers, who's a 75 star dev. Finish out with another one. That's like 8 straight wins, knocking off, just surviving, but still knocking off Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts 31-28. We won the game, which is worth 1 star. Looking at our player stats here, Peyton Hillis had a huge game, 166 yards, 3 touchdowns. He got 1 full star for his yards and touchdown contribution. On the defensive side, we got 2 sacks from D'Amico Ryans, 2 from Bobby Wagner. That combined is worth 1 full star. So it's a 3-star performance, halved and round up. It's pretty much copy and paste, 2-star plus 4 upgrade. Foolish, but in case we don't win the Super Bowl this year, I want my team to be juiced to the gills. So I'm going to send Jermaine Gresham, our tight end 2, behind Rob Gronkowski. He's a 79, and we're only going to use 2 of that plus 4. We're going to get Travis Kelce, an X Factor Moss tight end. So there we go. We just got through the whole 2013 season. We finished 13-3. I can't remember what we finished last year. I think that's a win, but still not the #1 seed. The Warriors are that damn good. 14-2. Patriots 12-4. Saints 12-4. Falcons made the playoffs, so I wouldn't be shocked if we see them yet again. We will look at the stats here. Let's just figure out who our opponent's going to be, and then we'll look at everything. We'll look at where the roster's at, because obviously there's a lot. We get to avenge that loss right away. There's kind of the good news. Get to avenge that championship game loss right away. Hopefully we can. But like I said, a lot of moving pieces. Kind of, we picked up the pace. So here's where our team is at in terms of, new player. We've got DeAndre Hopkins at wide receiver. But like my point is, remember when we started this sim, I told you we would, 80% of our wins would be depth. Technically, DeAndre Hopkins was a depth win. Keenan Allen, depth win. Travis Benjamin, depth win. On the O-line, Terron Armstead, we won depth. We got Rodney Hudson, starter. We got Jason Peters. So we have 2 new starters. Kelce here's depth on the offense through this whole season. Flipping to the defense, we got Jason Taylor's a new starter. Marcel Darius, who's a new starter. Brockers came in at depth. We got Jarvis Bird, small upgrade at starter. Nothing at the linebacking core, nothing at safety. So 5 new starters throughout the whole year. Out of 13 victories, we only had 5 stars. So that's basically what I thought it was going to be. Maybe the numbers, they're pretty close. So I think when push comes to shove, I don't regret, picking up the pace here, just simming through the season and getting right here to where we are. Even though, we got +4 to death a little bit. Looking at our stats, how did we get to 13-3? Donovan McNabb had a down year, by all means. He was 28th in yards, 26th in touchdowns, 3,500 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 12 picks. So our receiving numbers are going to be garbage. Peyton Hillis was very solid, though. 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns, 69. Nice. 3 and 6 for McNabb's not bad. Gerhardt, our fullback, had 4. So we ran the ball very well. Receiving, no 1,000-yard receivers. Gronk had 808. We get 800. Well, Kelce, we just brought him in. Deshaun Jackson had 7 and 7. Julio Jones 6 and 5. So yeah, definitely our best player on offense was Peyton Hillis. Flipping to the defense, D'Amico Ryans 89 tackles. We had 11 sacks for Bobby Wagner, leading our team in sacks, because of course he does in the sim. We had 7 sacks, J.J. Watt, 6 from Ndamukong Suh. Interceptions, of course. In a secondary, that had Joe Hayden, Cam Chancellor, hell, Bobby Wagner, for God's sakes. Our leading interceptions is our edge rusher, Aldon Smith, and J.J. Watt was number 2 on the team. Kicking game was weak. Punting game was weak. We had the number 8 offense in the National Football League. Defensively, we graded out as the 2nd best defense. Yearly awards, of course, we're taking on the MVP in our playoff game. Colt Brennan, I like seeing Colt Brennan there. I would debate Peyton Hillis should have made that list. Of course, we're going against offensive and defensive player of the year in the first round. Kelce, we just got right at the end there, was offensive rookie of the year. For individual awards, Joe Thomas is the best lineman. Man, this Falcons team is scary good. And that's another episode. We'll get you out here. We got the whole 2013 season. When we're back on Tuesday, we'll do the whole playoffs. The whole 2013 playoffs. Gonna run the gauntlet. Would be nice to beat Atlanta, avenge that loss, and go on and play the Hawaii Warriors in the Super Bowl. That'd probably be my dream scenario. So hopefully that comes to fruition. But that does it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. And I'll see you guys back here in a couple days for this goddamn playoff run and maybe the biggest revenge game of this series to date. Till then, peace out.